Good afternoon. I'm WDHN Chief Meteorologist Scott Roberts. As of 2 o'clock, Hurricane Michael remains a very powerful Category 2 hurricane journeying toward the Gulf Coast with 110-mile-per-hour sustained winds. It is moving northward at 12 miles per hour, so no real change with that from the earlier advisories, and also the forecast track remains relatively unchanged. So that means we will be dealing with hurricane force winds for parts of the area into Wednesday evening, starting in the afternoon and into the evening, and even overnight into early Thursday morning. This storm will be exiting and taking all the heavy rain with it that we will be expecting, but this could be making landfall as a major hurricane, a Category 3 storm with winds in excess of 125 miles per hour. So down at the coast, they are expecting even worse conditions, and this is a pretty healthy looking storm. On our infrared satellite imagery, we can actually see the eye looking a little bit more symmetrical. Lots of convection. Those orange colors to the north of it, those are those higher cloud tops associated with the thunderstorms. That's where we expect there to be the heavy rain and also some strong winds around the center of the storm. And all this is moving northward. We're already starting to see some of the outer bands, at least some of the high level clouds working into our area. There are storm surge watches and warnings in place because of those onshore winds. They will be producing surges upwards of 4 feet or more. Here in the Wiregrass, what we can expect is a major hurricane at landfall. It will be weakening as it does head in our direction, possibly first as a Category 2 strength storm and then weakening to Category 1 before becoming a tropical storm. And those winds will be strong enough to potentially cause some pretty strong damage across the area. Major structural damage is expected. Widespread power outages, that's a possibility for us, and those outages could last over a week for some locations, depending on where your location is and how close you are to those strongest storms. And again, that timing for the strongest conditions from the storm will be late Wednesday and into early Thursday morning. Now down at the coast, that's where they are expecting the worst conditions, and they could be dealing with power outages for weeks. And again, a Category 3 storm has winds upwards of 111 to 129 miles per hour. It could get close to Category 4 strength before making landfall. Here's the wind projection as we head through the day tomorrow. Starting off with winds sustained around 15 miles per hour down at the coast. Stronger winds expected, and offshore, that's where the hurricane force winds will be at that time. And then as that starts to make that beeline toward Panama City, those winds will pick up even for us tomorrow afternoon, upwards of 30 miles per hour, not out of the question, and into tropical storm force as we do head into the later part of the day. There's that center of circulation. Our models projecting that southern Jackson County by 5 o'clock dealing with the strongest winds and also the heaviest rain with this as it is moving through. And then it will cross into the Georgia side of the Chattahoochee River with those strongest winds, the heaviest rain. Winds for us may be starting to settle down a little bit by then, but it all depends on where that exact path is. If it's a little bit more to the east, we'll see those stronger winds. More to the west, maybe weaker winds. But with this scenario, the strongest tornado threat will be to our east as the system is making its way onshore. Hurricane warnings in place for much of the area, highlighted in red. The blue counties can expect tropical storm force winds throughout the day tomorrow. Heavy rain is also a possibility as well, upwards of 6 inches or more. So flash flooding is a major concern with this storm along with the high winds. We'll have another update coming up in an hour right here on DothanFirst.com.